Trish here, and coming at you with another Purple Martin video. And I've decided to film this video in my bedroom because in my last video, you may or may not have noticed this, but I did that video in my office downstairs, and I happen to have a beautiful painting of hummingbirds on my wall down there. And so a couple people had commented like, why are you doing Purple Martin videos and showing us hummingbirds? And so I decided to come up here to show you what I have on my wall in my bedroom. So this painting was given to me by my producer for Christmas several years ago. And so every morning I wake up, he's on my right and my bird is on my left. So I just didn't want you to think that I wasn't going to show the Purple Martins, any love from my artwork. So I like hummingbirds, but I love Purple Martins. So today I want to talk to you very briefly about how to attract Purple Martins. I have been talking to you about housing. If you are interested in putting a house up this year and trying to start your own colony, this video is going up in mid-February, and so those scouts, those first birds that are going to be coming back to the United States will be arriving in our area sometime in the next probably 3 weeks. So you need to get those houses up and ready. The second thing we need to think about, though, is how do you get Purple Martins to stop at your house? The Purple Martins are very communal. They really, really thrive in a community of other birds. So I can't think of a time ever that they would be by themselves as a pair in a single house. It would be unusual, really unusual. So what you want to do is you want to try and convince the Martins that are coming back that your house is going to have lots of activity. So here's what happens when the Martins come back from Brazil. So right now they're on their way back. The first birds to come back are called scouts, and they are the adult males. And if you remember, I told you the adult males are the ones that are a solid color. They're coming back. If those adult males had a nest last year, and the female and the male had a nest and they raised babies and they were successful and they thrived, then those adult males are going to come back to the same place that they were at last year. The females will be arriving about 2 to 3 weeks after them and will also come back to the same place. So how do you get Purple Martins to stop at your house if you're new? Well, if you remember, I had mentioned there's sub-adults. So the babies that were born last year are coming back this year for the first time. Those are the sub-adults, and they've never had a nest before. They've never mated or had babies or anything like that. So they are going to come back about 2 or 3 weeks after those scouts. Those sub-adults are going to be looking and listening for Martin activity. What we want to do is convince them that there is Martin activity at your house. My house will already have 20 or 30 scouts hanging out, waiting for the girls. But we want the sub-adults that are coming back to think that your Martin houses will also have lots of activity. So how do we do that? There's a couple of things you can do to make your houses more appealing. The first thing, of course, is if you live in a town or an area where there is already established colonies, that's good. That's in your favor because that means there's just going to be a lot of activity. So there's a good chance if you live in my town that you will get a Martin or two for the first year simply because there's so much activity in this area. The second thing that's important is, like I said before when we were talking about housing, is where you put your Martin house and do you have enough space that just makes it appealing. So you do the best you can. I realize if you live in a neighborhood, you may not have as much space, or maybe you have one tree that's kind of close by. Just go ahead and put that house up and we'll just see what happens and hope for the best. But there are a couple things that you can do to make those sub-adults think that there's activity at your Martin house. The Purple Martin organization has a CD of morning song and mating calls that you could actually play outside during the time that all the scouts are coming back. And that makes them think that there's birds down here and maybe I'll stop and check out this house. The second thing you can do is you can purchase a little Purple Martin Decoy. This one's blue and bluish purple. I think some of them come black, and it doesn't matter, but this is the size of a purple martin, and so you can put this on one of the perches at the top of your house. And again, it's just a way to make those subadults think that there might be activity happening at your house. The third thing you can do is you can actually put some nesting material in some of the holes and the cavities of your purple martin house. That makes that martin think somebody's building a nest here. This is going to be a great place. I should build a nest here too. So, just ways that you can try to kind of make them think that this will be an active colony. So once they come down and check your houses out and they see that everything looks good, then they're going to hang out and they're going to start calling females. And so the hope, of course, is that one of those subadult females will hear your subadult males and will stop and decide to make that their home. The female is the one that chooses whether or not she's going to stay, and what hole they're going to live in, and if she's going to who she's going to mate with and all that kind of stuff. So that's it for now. Hopefully those ideas can help you if you're wanting to start a new colony. We'll plan to have another video here in a few days. I'm going to be talking about predators and how to protect your martins. So until then, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.